How much crypto do you need in order to become a crypto millionaire by the end of this cycle? That's what we're going to be looking at today, as we just had a pretty hefty crash in the prices of crypto across the board. And even though it's very possible we go lower from here, it's a great time to be dollar cost averaging. Now, of course, I'm going to be guessing all of these future prices and market caps, and it's very possible we go way higher or never even reach my price targets. So just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is pure hopium. So the first token on today's list is, of course, Bitcoin. Now, there's a few schools of thought. I've seen some people say we are not going to cross 100K. I've seen some say we're going to go as high as 600K with all of the institutional demand and the ETF inflows. The most common moon boy prediction I hear is 250K, which, while it can happen, I like to be more conservative. I think the most conservative that I'd like to see is 120K per Bitcoin, but I'm going to go with 150K per Bitcoin by the end of this cycle. And with the current price of Bitcoin being roughly 55,000, that would be a 2.73 multiplier on the price, meaning today you need to own 6.67 Bitcoin or $366,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, obviously, people don't like to hear that because the average person does not have 360K they could YOLO into Bitcoin. So obviously, a lot of this stuff is really going to depend on the size of your starting bag. But if your goal is to shoot for the moon, you're going to have to go way lower down the barrel in terms of the risk parameter of cryptos that you're looking at. Next on the list, we have Ethereum, which is the second largest crypto in terms of market cap and currently sits at a price of $2,350. Now, I know a lot of people repeat the sentence 10K ETH, but again, I'd rather be more conservative. So my price target is $7,500 per coin, which is probably going to anger some ETH maxis, as this isn't even a 2x on the all-time highs from last cycle of 4,400, whereas my Bitcoin price is more than 2x the all-time highs of 69,000. But I do feel that ETH is underperforming this cycle. A lot of people are looking towards Solana, but hopefully all that can change once the ETH ETF inflows start to pick up. So with my price target of $7,500 per ETH, you would get a multiple of 3.2x at current prices, meaning you must own 133,000 ETH today or $313,000 worth. Next up, we have Solana, which has quickly become a lot of people's favorite crypto, especially those playing in the meme coin trenches. And I'm seeing a lot of people say on the timeline that they are dumping their ETH into Sol as they are not happy with the performance of ETH this cycle. So how much do you need to own in order to become a millionaire? Well, my price target is $800. I think going way more conservative would be something like $450, $500. I 100% believe we are going to hit those prices, which I understand some people think $450, $500 is not enough, as it's only a 2x from the all-time high of 250 last cycle. But if you switch to the market cap, you'll see we've already passed the previous all-time high market cap from last cycle, meaning it's going to take a lot more buy pressure in order for the price to go up. But I do believe $800 is very fair, especially with the amount of attention and adoption Solana is getting. I don't want to get into the mindset of thinking we're going to $1,000 or $1,200 per coin. So let's just stick with 800, which would give you a multiple of 5.52x on today's prices, meaning you'll need to own 1,250 Sol or $181,000 worth, which again, I understand most people don't have 181K, but the issue is we are no longer early. Early would have been buying Sol down here sub $20 when we had the whole FTX crash. It was at $9 at one point. And if you would have gotten in at $9, you'd only need 11 grand in order to become a millionaire if it hits $800. If you would have got in a little bit later at 20, then you need 25 grand. But unfortunately, we're looking at today's prices, meaning you need 181K if we hit $800. Next on the list, I wanted to take a look at TON, as it has been getting a ton of attention this cycle. This is the chain by Telegram, which most people who trade meme coins are using on a daily basis, the app, not the chain itself. but the chain has been seeing a ton of adoption. There's a bunch of wallets being made, even though a lot of them are being made by bots. So I gave it a price prediction of $30, which would be $150 billion fully diluted market cap, which gives you a multiplier of 5.5. Again, it's totally possible that it goes to $50, okay, or higher. I don't know, but at this current multiple, 5.5, that is the same as Solana. So you need the same amount to enter with as Solana. So for me personally, I would rather just pick Solana because everybody is trading on Solana. It's very easy to use, and I do think it is going to be a main character this cycle. So unless we go higher from here, I'm just sticking with Solana. But you can always hold both. You aren't limited to just one crypto. Next up, I did want to cover one gaming token, and I know gaming has really lagged this cycle. And although meme coins are going to be the main character of the cycle, I do think gaming are going to have their time in the light. So the coin we're going to talk about is Prime, which currently sits at roughly $5.40. And while I used to have a price target of $100 per coin, which I do believe is still very possible, I want to be more conservative here. I'm putting $50 per coin, putting it at a fully diluted market cap of 5.5 billion, which, you know, Pepe was recently above 5.5 billion. So it's not crazy for a gaming coin that has multiple games, a huge team, amazing cinematics. They have an AI game coming out. I think this is very reasonable. So that would be a 9.26 multiple on your money, meaning you need to own 20,000 tokens or $108,000 worth of Prime. Now, of course, if we do switch this to the $100 price target, you're chopping that in half. You only need to own 10K tokens and you're getting an 18.5x on your money. Next, let's jump into some meme coins, which everybody has been loving and everybody wants to become a meme coin trader. So first up, we have Pepe, which I do hold 6 figures of, although after the crash, it's probably down bad, and it hasn't recovered as well as some of the other meme coins because ETH has been underperforming. And as long as ETH is underperforming, Pepe is also going to underperform. However, this one has been a lot of people's pick this cycle as the Doge of the cycle. And if you remember last cycle, Doge ran to something crazy like 130 billion FDV. Now, I do not believe Pepe is going to go that high in terms of fully diluted market cap. I think something like 50 billion would be amazing. You have to think Doge had a ton of people behind it. Everyone knew the meme. You had Elon pushing it, going on SNL. They had the whole Doge to $1 narrative. So I do not think we're going to see that with Pepe, although Pepe is also a very strong meme. So the target I put here is 40 billion FDV. I think if you want to go more conservative, I think 25 billion is very reasonable if this token actually is the main player of the cycle for meme coins. But I'm shooting a little higher and I'm going with 40 billion FDV, which would be a 13.26x from current prices. Meaning in order to become a Pepe millionaire, you're going to need to own $75,000 worth of Pepe. Next, we have my second favorite meme coin on ETH, which is MOG. However, I believe if the cats are going to win and own this cycle, they're going to win together. So I just revealed all three together here. We have MOG on ETH, and then we have Popcat and Mew on Solana. And all of these have been performing well. They've all been performing very similar in terms of fully diluted market cap. There was actually a race to which cat is going to reach 1 billion first, and the winner was Popcat. And as you can see, they're all currently sitting at roughly the same market cap, all between 450 and 500 million. So I just gave them all the same target, which for me is 6 billion. I think they can go way higher from here, especially if one does take the lead. I think there's going to be one that goes to 10 billion. But again, let's remain conservative. These are meme coins, right? They can go to zero at any point. A lot of them don't have that much liquidity except Mew. Mew has an insane amount of liquidity compared to the others. And that's one of my biggest fears with meme coins is that somebody's just going to come in and nuke the coin by selling all their bag in one clip. But let's pretend they all get to 6 billion. That's going to be roughly a 13x for all three of these. And just like Pepe, you're going to have to hold around $75,000 worth of the token in order to become a millionaire. Now, I get it. These prices were probably disappointing. People were expecting to put $1,000 into a token and become a millionaire, but for that, you are going to have to go way lower down into the barrel and find some new coins and just make a gamble. It is very rare for you to put $1,000 into a coin and hit a 100x and be able to sell that $1 million, because once you start selling, if you're dumping, the price is going to go down. So personally, I'm not expecting that to happen, but it's not impossible. Those coins just aren't going to make my list. Now, the other thing you might have noticed isn't on my list is some of these older coins, the Cardanos, the XRPs, and while they do have a cult-like following, they have the XRP army, and I don't know what they call the Cardano people, but personally, I'm not bullish on those tokens. And believe me, I used to be a Cardano or an ADA maxi, and I was part of the XRP army. One of my first videos was on XRP when the lawsuit started, and I made great money trading those, but I feel people want shiny new stuff, and there's a ton of bag holders who bought XRP at the top and Cardano at the top who are just looking to get their money back. So personally, I'm not bullish on them. I'm not bullish on what they're doing, and I do not believe they're going to be the winners, and no, XRP is not going to $10,000. That makes absolutely no sense. So there you have my predictions. Let me know in the description down below what you think. Am I too much of a moon boy? Am I too conservative? Which coins do you think I should be looking at if I want to become a crypto millionaire? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.